Hello and welcome to day 16 of 30 Days of Night, a photo marathon where I shoot one roll of film every day for 30 days with 30 cameras. Today I'm going to be shooting with the Cannonet QL GIII. And my photos are going to be captured on this roll of Kodak Tri-X pan, which expired in 1970. If you've been watching since the beginning, then you know I've already shot with an old roll of Kodak Tri-X pan. This one actually came with it. This even got the same pharmacy tag on it, Crosstown Pharmacy, and it expired March 1970 as well. We can safely assume that these have been paired ever since they were bought all those years ago, probably 1967 or 1968. After I shot the first roll of this, a lot of you said that you need to overexpose expired film by at least an f-stop. One even suggested that it's 1 f-stop per decade, but I'm not going to overexpose this by 4.5 f-stops. But today when I shoot with this, I am going to overexpose by 1.5 to 2 stops, depending. I'm not saying the previous results were necessarily bad, I just want to see how much I can recover from this old film. I know I told you a couple of days ago that I would do color. It's still on the list, don't worry. I'm just on the outskirts of downtown. Yes, I paid for parking. Yes, I remembered my coffee. I don't think I've photographed this in about 5 years. It should be interesting. If I don't get eaten alive. Okay, a couple things I've been meaning to do since the beginning. One is to slow down and be more patient. The second is to take a single subject and to try and shoot a whole roll with it in order to really push myself outside my limits. So today I'm at the Mawada Armory. I haven't shot this thing in about 5 years. There's a couple of tanks around. It's really interesting. It's got texture, which you know I love. So we'll see if I can make 20 unique shots from this building. So a guy in full army fatigues came up to me and asked me what I was doing, and I said, I'm taking pictures. He's like, what are you taking pictures of? I said, that light bulb. He's like, can I ask you why you're taking pictures? And I said, art. So he reminded me that yes, this is a tourist attraction, but it's also a defense base and everything that comes with that as well. So he didn't kick me out. I was done anyway. But he said once you start getting near the windows, we have to start asking questions. Okay, well, I was getting some shots of a train at a train crossing and some people waiting for it to pass. I stopped hearing my shutter work and I thought, it's got to be the train, it's really loud. But then I wound it and looked at it. But then I took a shot afterwards and I definitely did not hear anything. And then the last time I wound it, the winding arm got stuck. So it's not looking good right now. Maybe this is my punishment for not using all my shots on the MacLeod Armory. I'm giving up too soon. Okay, I'm back home and in the darkroom now, and I just want to recap on a couple things. The guy in full fatigues at the MacLeod Armory, he was really friendly. He didn't ask me to leave. He just asked a few simple questions. I'm not a social justice warrior. I'm not going to start recording him or deny answering questions because I'm innocent and all that kind of jazz. In fact, I had a good laugh with him, and I think that my attitude prevented me from getting officially kicked off. And I was honestly leaving because I wasn't feeling the creativity. I saw a really long train at the tracks. People were waiting, cars were waiting. I saw a lot of photo opportunity. I started taking pictures. I couldn't tell you exactly when my camera failed because it was so loud. I might have gotten 1 or 2 shots off. I can't tell you if the camera's broken or not, but I'm gonna show you what the deal is, and then I'm gonna get the film out and develop it, and then we'll both know. You can see the winder is locked where it is right now. Maybe that's a safety feature. We'll find out in a second here. I feel like the roll is unwound now. Let's get the rest of this tape off. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay, film is in the canister. It's always a good first step. There we are. The camera is winding again. And firing. But not every time. I'm hoping it's a safety feature and I actually got 20 shots. You'd think at this point I'd be more upset than I am right now, considering it was a really nice camera and it's a really old roll of film. And if it was my first day, I would be livid. But the truth of the matter is I was expecting this to happen at least once. So I'm shooting a lot of these cameras for the first time. It's just the way it's gonna go. Even if I had shot these cameras a dozen times before, they're old. They just lock up. They have to go sometime. And if they haven't gone in the first 20 to 40 years, then chances are they're gonna break in your hand. think they look better than before. However, I do feel like the shutter stopped working at one point. There's still some major fading on it. However, I believe overexposing was the better way to go. Here are today's highlights. Here's the photo that put me under military watch. This image is at least 2 f-stops overexposed. Overexposing definitely made a difference, for the better. Here's my top pick for the day and my second last image before failure. I like how it has composition, but it's still a little bit abstract. I still managed to capture a little motion in the train car. And as far as exposure goes for a 50-year-old roll of film, I think it's pretty spot on. Alright guys, I read all of your stories, your favorite moments and stuff like that. I got a real kick out of it, but one stuck out for me, and the person who won that is going to receive a Canon AE1 program with the 50mm 1.8. I'm also tossing in a couple of rolls of film and an old-fashioned Kodak guide, just for kicks. So, let's find out who won. Congratulations to Maxwell Star. I really enjoyed reading your comment. You know, I think that everybody's had their own charm, but this is the one that stuck out for me. Alright Maxwell, just drop me a line in the comments here and we'll get things worked out for having your camera shipped off to you. Congratulations.